We are right now in our 4th season as Vitória boss, having won the Liga Portugal in sensational fashion last season, as well as the Portuguese Cup the season before, taking over when the club were down in 9th. In the first season, we didn't do that well actually, but then climbed up the table, and now we are a regular concurrent, a regular competitor at the top of the table. Right now, 6 points off an unbeaten Benfica in the league. We've even done very well at the start of the Champions League phase. After 4 games, we've only lost once and are on 9 points in 6th position within the top 8, the automatic qualifiers. Having won 3 trophies at Vitória has led to some interest of different clubs. As you can see, no, your eyes are not deceiving you. Atletico Madrid have offered me the job to become their next permanent manager. From what we can see here, they are also in the Champions League, but all the way down in 27th on 4 points after 4 games. That's definitely not where Atletico Madrid should be. And so I have decided to accept the offer to become the new Atletico Madrid manager. Rebuild Sombrero off to Spain. Here he is, walking majestically into his new office. Rebuild Sombrero at the helm of Atletico Madrid. And so yes, my eyes were not deceiving me either, as Atletico Madrid right now are sitting in a relegation battle in La Liga, in 16th place. No questions asked about why they sacked their manager. As the team, in fact, is looking very good. We've got Gallagher and Bergwall in midfield, Riquelme right midfielder, Peters up top with a 19-year-old 84 rated striker. Schick besides him, maybe a little bit old. Benzebaini shall get replaced. Let's see the other options. We've got Rice and Simic, who are both higher rated, so I'm gonna put Rice in there. Luis Kelly on the left back. This team is looking good. Ederson in net with Samba as the backup goalkeeper, so this team should actually do much better. Again, my favorite formation so far, the counter-attacking style of play. Think that suits Atletico well. This team has even got Heung-min Son and another Korean, Yoon Soo-hong, in their squad. Son is now 37, 71 rated. I had already switched up the tactic to get in the best players in this team. We've got players like Mbuemo, Zawa, who are all on the bench. Peters is the striker. Bergwall and Gallagher in midfield with Hassan, who is showing great potential at CDM. Rice, Mosquera, Lima and Luis Kelly as a back four, with an old Ederson in net. So let's see how our first game is going to go. Away to Deportivo. It's actually a win. That is the new manager Bounds coming in clutch. Hassan and Peters with the goals. Even our first Champions League outing went quite well. Away to Leverkusen, 2-2, Mosquera and Peters with the goals. A Peters brace has even given us the first win in the Champions League phase. Away to Young Boys. And before you know it, we'd already sold the whole list of players. Leading the pack was Reece James, who left for Barcelona for 50 million. Patrick Schick went to Juventus, 33 years of age. Javi Serrano to Galatasaray. Prisamba to Milano, he's already 35. Rodrigo Riquelme to Arsenal. And Costis to Girona. A massive clear out, very strict. The first 6 weeks in charge or so has already seen us climb up the table massively into 7th place on 26 points, 7 wins, 5 draws, and 6 losses. Real Madrid, so far with 17 wins out of 18 games, is crazy. 244 million in our budget to go in for new players. That is the effect of Atletico Madrid. And so our first signing as the Atletico Gaffer is bringing in a Spanish player from Serie A, from the Italian leagues. From Lazio to be precise, it is Ibai Rey joining us for 85 million, a CDM, 23 years of age. We may have done something stupid right now, but effectively I am proud of the decision, because we have shipped out Ederson to Vitória, our former club, and therefore gotten our goalkeeper. It is Thiago Pereira Cardoso joining us for 30 million plus Ederson in a swap deal. Still, we are going to get a C rating out of this. That is all for our first transfer window here at Atletico Madrid. Rey is certainly strengthening the midfield. Pereira is a man for present and future in goal. I've switched things around, even in terms of tactics, of course. Let's see if that will have any impact on our league finish at the end of the season. I just forgot that players have got a release clause in Spain, most of them, and so Giancarlo Simic has been snapped up by Juventus for about 33 million. I can't really believe it. Meaning though our budget is back up to 155 million, so we might be able to sign a new player, a new centre back. And so, for an absolute steal, we've signed one of the world's best defenders at this point, 24 years of age, from Newcastle United. He's about 90 overall. Coming in is Jamie Campos from Newcastle for 111 million, a crazy transfer. Just look at its team now with Campos in there. He's a Colombian, if I'm not mistaken, or even from Ecuador. I'm actually not 100% sure he is from Ecuador, to be honest. Yes, I've never seen such a good Ecuadorian player at all times. But this is the man who completes this squad, our highest rated player right away. And this team must be competitive in every single competition. The bench now with Rice on there, who is only 23. We've got Hassan, who is only 21. We are now under pressure in the Champions League as we are in 24th and have to get something out of PSV. A brilliant counter goal to give us the first goal away to PSV in a snowy Eindhoven, prepared by our midfielders and ended by Brian Mbeumo. Though Thiago Pereira made a whole heap of saves, he couldn't save the rebound from Wurmbrand as PSV got an equaliser. And PSV ran rampant in the following minutes as they scored yet another goal to make it 2-1. Pereira saved again the first one but couldn't save the rebound. 2-1 to PSV. Even in the second half, PSV got the better of us as they ended a great play. Our number 2 was sleeping over there. And no chance for Pereira in net. Vitos gave us the goal back in the 78th minute after numerous saves by our keeper Thiago Pereira. He did what he does best, scoring yet another goal. However, in the 90th minute, PSV would end us 4-2 after yet another mistake at the back, which would mean we go out of the Champions League in the league phase. We only didn't make it out by goal difference in the end. Dortmund in 24th go through 8.0 goal difference, but we had a -5. If only we'd made 1 point away to PSV, we would have gone through. I guess that is a good opportunity now to climb up the table in La Liga, where once again we are lagging behind. We did go out of the Copa de España to Levante in the quarterfinals. A mediocre month of February saw us get 2 wins and 2 losses in the league. Still, we couldn't climb up with now Real Madrid looming first in the table. They've only lost 2 games all season long. It's the Madrid derby at the Metropolitano. Clever play by Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr. gave Real Madrid the lead after just 11 minutes at the Metropolitano. Just look at this, Pereira storming out, Rodrigo calm and collected. Madrid doubled their lead, yet another good play, another defensive weakness shown, exposed, Atletico Madrid. And so our first Madrid derby would end in defeat, 2-0 to Real Madrid. Final part of the season sees us climb into 3rd position, still 13 points of Athletic Club, who are the league leaders, ahead of Real Madrid. But look at the points difference with 1 game to go. 1 point ahead of Real Betis and Barcelona in 6th. For the final game we are facing Sevilla away from home, where we absolutely need to get the win to qualify for Champions League football. Final strike by Conor Gallagher gave us the lead in the 31st minute after Sevilla were the team in control of this game. Just look at this shot, the goalkeeper was unfazed in net. No chance for him, so precise by Conor Gallagher. Sevilla did get an equaliser though, out of nothing in the 56th minute. They weren't good after the first goal by ourselves, but then somehow got a goal back. The all-important goal came though by Peters in the 75th minute. A bit of a scramble inside the box. Gallagher first with a great assist found Peters, who somehow found the back of the net through the arms of Rajkovic in goal of Sevilla. Peters got injured by the end of the game, which didn't seem to be good. But yeah, here, have a look at the injury. I mean, that could be out for 6 months, or for all I know. Martin came in. We were already the 97th minute. For some reason, the referee gave 7 minutes of added time. But oh well, we did win in the end. 2-1, by the way, and secured 3rd place. A player of the season cutscene coming in here as Luis Figo is giving somebody in Kylian Peters the player of the season award. I'm really excited to see what he did in terms of stats this season. Must have been great. As indeed we finish in 3rd place, was important as well to win. Otherwise we would have been all the way down in 6th place. All the teams around us won. We are in the end 8 points off Real Madrid, 13 of league winners Athletic Club. Next season we can attack again. Peters with 33 goals. He absolutely carried this Atletico Madrid team. That's why I'm a little bit worried about his injury. At least he won't be out for 6 months. 2 months is bad, but at least he will be back at the start of the next season. Securing a 3rd place finish, quarterfinals of the Cup, 25th in the Champions League is not great, but 3rd place from where we started in like 15, 16th is a huge accomplishment. So at the start of this season, the new season with Atletico, we have signed a new right midfielder / right winger, Egyptian, from the free agency list, only 17 years of age. Might well be the Mohamed Salah region in Tamer Hassan joining us at Atletico for €0. We did get a signing over the line, another one at right back. I didn't really trust Pedro Lima, so I gone in for a 3 overall higher rated. Same age from Inter coming in, it is Martin Fernandes for 40 million plus Lima. After signing Tamer Hassan, we could sell Brian Mbeumo to Manchester United for 105 million. Big money. We have of course improved the right back spot. Fernandes. Hassan comes in at the right wing, he's only 17. Zawa still at left wing, I couldn't really improve him. I'm gonna give him another shot, he's only 24. The midfield is looking absolutely fabulous, with Captain Gallagher with 30 now. Mosquera and Campos, phenomenal partnership at the back, as well as Pereira Cardoso in net. The new season has delivered, the new guys have delivered, as we are sitting top of the table after 11 games, on 27 points, 0 losses so far, only 9 goals conceded. Then again, not in the most advantageous position in the Champions League, after 3 games only on 2 points. And our next 3 games are going to be massive, facing Barcelona, Bayern Munich in the Champions League, and Real Madrid. Against Barcelona in the 92nd minute, we got a late winner in a game that was destined to end in a 0-0 draw. We have done it very late on. That could be decisive in the title race. What a strike by Leo Sawa. The very final strike of the ball in this game as Atletico Madrid defeat Barcelona in this one. Next up, we would face Bayern Munich in Germany. We took the lead in 16 minutes through our Belgian superstar, Peters, our number 10. On a counter-attack once again, Leo Sawa involved, passing it into Peters, who doesn't miss from there. However, Bayern did answer just a few minutes later. Guillaume Monde, our former striker at Vitoria, has made the move to Bayern, passed it into Musiala, and he gives Bayern the lead. Again, we did get a late goal against 10-men Bayern. Somebody was sent off, but Gallagher played in Peters here in this occasion to give us yet again the lead. However, Bayern were not done there as Musiala, a solo run by him, a solo effort by the German, put Bayern back on level terms. 2-2 tie at Bayern Munich. In the game against Real Madrid, Vinicius Jr. gave Los Blancos an early lead in the 16th minute. He could go all by himself here, no one really stopped him, and he made it 1-0. However, just shortly after, we would find an equalizer. Gallagher played in smartly, and he wouldn't miss that opportunity, that one-on-one with the keeper. This game turned out to be a goal fest as Real Madrid answered right away again through Camavinga, who made it 2-1. It continued as Zawa found striker Peters to make it 2-2 just before the break. Just look at these celebrations. Look at the goal as well. Greatly played in Peters, who doesn't really flink here. He doesn't miss an opportunity. In some sort of very weird fashion, we took the lead in the 55th minute. Going down the left side through Zawa, and Real Madrid failed to clear the ball as Peters stuck in his foot and got the ball over the line. Real Madrid did come back into the game through striker Peltier in the 62nd minute. Again, we couldn't do anything about the speed of the right winger, and Peltier snuck it into the back of the net. A dramatic finale saw us take the lead again. A hat-trick for Peters in the Santiago Bernabeu, in the local derby. What a game by our talisman up top. Just look at his speed here, again going past everyone and striking it with confidence. That goal at the end proved to be good enough to get the 3 points away from the Bernabeu. Massive, famous points. We had a couple of draws in our locker in both La Liga and the Champions League. 3 draws in a row, in fact, before getting back to winning ways. Once in La Liga and also finally for the first time in the Champions League. As fate would have it, we will have to face Vitoria, our former club, in one of the Champions League games. We did bag a massive win away from home in the Cup to Barcelona, winning that game by 4 goals to 2 and progressing to the next round. We have won our first trophy as Atletico Madrid boss, even though it's a smaller one, but the Supercopa goes to Atletico, defeating Athletic Club, coming from behind through Hassan and Peters. Next up is the big game with Vitoria in the Champions League. They are sitting in 25th, we are in 22nd. Let's go. Having a look at their lineup, they've of course sold Diomande, the striker. Now Cherry plays there, who we brought in as a backup striker. Musakiti is still in there, Galarza, Hendel, Leon Mitchell up to a 90 overall, Osuchi up to an 86, even Pedro Maleiro up to an 85, and of course Ederson, who we have traded for our keeper Pereira. Peters brought us in front after about 29 minutes. Away at our former club, our top class striker is now up to an 89 if I'm not mistaken, running through the defense. And he of course makes no mistake, no one catches up. Just after the break, Vitoria got an equalizer through our former star, the right winger Redes, the Croatian, who bursted through here, got a brilliantly played in and put it past our keeper. The former Vitoria keeper Pereira. Later on in the 81st minute, we got a goal once again through Peters, who doesn't stop scoring as it seems, even in the Champions League. That might be a very important winner. Sliding past defenders, getting another goal. That would be the end of that, getting an important victory at our former home. Just one game before the end of the league phase, we have moved up to 14th now. Quite secure in the top 24, although only 2 points ahead of Benfica. We got the job done in our final game, defeating PSV, another goal for Peters and one for Gallagher. Sadly, Victoria have been knocked out on 7 points after 8 games in 27th. In the playoff round, we faced Twente from the Netherlands, and it's a 1-1 draw in the first leg. Univar and Zawa with the goals. In the all-decisive second leg, we went at Metropolitano and got a 3-1 win, braced by Zawa, who comes in clutch more and more, as well as Hassan scoring another goal. We would face Juventus and our former player Melia in the round of 16, draw that game 2-2 at the Metropolitano. Juventus did take the lead in the 29th minute. A bit of a shambles defensively. Luis Kelly and Pereira couldn't do anything about it. Luis Kelly didn't clear the ball correctly, and that allowed Juventus to score. It looked like it was all going to be over in the 42nd minute as Melia former player Melia. It had to be him, of course, to score the second goal. Juve even got a third in the 55th minute, a scramble in the box. We couldn't get it away. Peters, of all people, tried to get the ball away from a player, but number 7 of Juventus put it into the back of the net to make it 3-0. Scoring 2 more goals through Gallagher, but in the end, it was no humiliation. We lost 5-4 on aggregate. A tight scoreline, but we are out of the Champions League. We have an opportunity to make it to the Spanish Cup final, and we do. 2-2 is enough because we won the first leg 2-0. Peters and Ray with the goals. We go to the Spanish Cup final. Real Madrid have fought their way back up to second, but are still 11 points away from us in first. Barcelona all the way down in 8th on 44 points. Not a great season for them, already 8 losses. We had to play the final on the 27th of April against Real Madrid. A big city clash. Wonderful play and an even better finish by Peters gave us the lead in the cup final against our hated city rivals. The Atletico faithful are out of their seats as Peters has just buried one into the top right corner. At the end, in the 58th minute, Real Madrid got their equalizer through their number 9. I don't know who it really is, but Alvaro is the number 9, and he got a second shot, a rebound, saved by Pereira into the feet of Alvaro. Then somewhere, out of absolutely nothing, Hassan put a shot out of the absolute top draw into the top left corner. Look at this. Hassan going and somehow falling or trembling down. He hit that shot with such conviction that it landed into the corner. Peters would end the game in the 79th minute, once again catching Real Madrid cold, catching them on yet another counter-attack, and yet again it is our talisman Peters, who is much faster than anyone around him, putting it in. Upamecano is in defense for Madrid. And that is that, our first trophy with Atletico Madrid in the books. The fans are ecstatic, the players are as well, and so am I. What an important way to carve open the way to more trophies at Atleti. The title is mathematically over as we are 10 points clear of Real Madrid in second, with only 3 games remaining, as I said, 9 points to be made up. We would go on to beat Real Madrid on the final match day even, to round out this perfect season, at least domestically, double won in our second season at Atletico Madrid. What an achievement, as at the end of the season we've won the league by a big margin of 15 points out of second place Villarreal and third place Real Madrid, who have fallen because of that result against us. Only 2 losses we had all season long. And an incredible Kylian Peters was our top scorer. 50 goals for the 21-year-old, 32 and 14 for Zawa, and even 21 goals and 22 assists for Conor Gallagher. The question now is, will we stay put at Atletico for another season to try and win the Champions League, which of course we didn't succeed in this season, or will we switch alliances to our 4th club of this mini-series? We will find that out in the next one. Please remember to like and subscribe the video to the channel, and I will see you again in a couple of days.